Hello everyone, today we are back, finally, after months, for a Draft League video. And today is a special one, okay? Today we are covering our draft analysis for the Greatest Showdown League. So, you may ask, what is this? What is this content that we're about to witness, okay? Well, in recent months, with the announcement of the new DLC, there was a plan brewing, okay? OG Albina, some of y'all may know him from his Wi-Fi YouTube content. He came together and really tried to get a whole bunch of coaches, primarily from the Showdown side of things, to come together to try and do a league, a league that has high competition, that we'll be able to showcase what the draft community on the Showdown side is really about. So, hearing about this, I knew I had to join, right? We made some videos in the past. It's been a couple months, but we made them. And I just feel like as one of the premier top people in the Showdown community, I gotta showcase my skills, my content, you know what I'm saying? So, let's just dive right into it, okay? We're gonna cover our draft picks, why we chose what we chose, and what our plans are. Alright? So, starting off, we chose Dragapult. Now, by the way, I had pick 1 in this league. Pick 1. And let me tell you something. I have not once had pick 1 in a league ever in the past 2 years. So the fact that I got pick 1 in this league was really something special. And I knew right away there was only one mon I wanted with my pick 1. One mon that has evaded me, that has been out of my grasp for these past 2 years without my first pick, and that is Dragapult. Dragapult, absolutely. This mon I've been wanting to use forever, okay? Everybody knows, I feel like, that Dragapult has to be one of the best Pokemon in Draft League in general, okay? Dragapult, number 1, has amazing speed, 142 speed. Very rarely do you ever have to run max speed, because it's just so fast that you get so much EVs to put into your offenses. It has incredible diversity when it comes to sets, physical sets, life orb, choice specs, choice band, screen sets, choice scarf, just so much versatility. Boots, pivoting sets, statusing sets. I've been wanting to use this mon for ages because it's so good, it's so reliable, and I think just starting off with premier speed will always lead to a good draft. So, very happy to finally get Dragapult after these years, and I'm excited to finally try it out. The next mon we got, okay, was King Gambit. Now, this league, TGS, the Greatest Showdown, it was a unique one where the mons may have an assigned point value to them, but to Terra them, they have a different point value. So when it comes to King Gambit, right? King Gambit was only maybe around 15 points, but to Terra it was around 25 points, which is about equal to what Dragapult is. And some may say that's a lot for King Gambit, okay? That may be a lot, but in my mind, there is no more reliable Terramon than King Gambit. This mon can individually solo teams, alright? After seeing it being used in a lot of tournament settings like DPL and the latest Smoke On Team Tour that I was a part of, King Gambit is him. This mon is so reliable when it comes to cleaning up an endgame. And really, honestly, you can be on the back foot the entirety of the match and King Gambit will hold it down for you. So that is the reason why I wanted to get this mon specifically as my Terra captain. As well as the fact that I've never used King Gambit before, so already we're getting the chance to use 2 new mons for this draft league, so very much excited to do that. But yeah, I mean, King Gambit, there's not a lot of explaining that needs to go into it. Supreme Overlord, broken, okay? The fact that you get boosts for not only your physical attacks but special attacks. I've seen people run Terra Fight Special King Gambit, okay? It's viable. Maybe we'll see that one day. But, I mean, really just run your standard stuff. Kowtow, Cleave, Iron Head. Maybe throw in a Terra Blast. But, Sucker Punch for sure. and then Swords Dance, all that. King Gambit, great mon. So many options when it comes to its Terra types and what it can do. So very excited to use it. And with this, right, having this strong core right here of Dragapult, King Gambit, very different mons, but I think they work well on an offensive team. I really wanted to try and go for a more offensive route in my draft. Generally, as a player, I feel like a lot of people know this about me, but I'm very much a bulky offense, kind of balanced type player. I would say bulky offense, but it's rare that I kind of get more of a straight offense team. It's just a rare thing for me. So I kind of wanted to try something new, and I knew with King Gambit Pult, one thing that I would definitely appreciate is spike support, and so that led me to draft Samurai, Hisuian Samurai. I mean, sort of like the others, there's not really a lot of explaining to do with Hisuian Samurai. I mean, this mon just spams Ceaseless Edge to get up the spikes, and really that's about it. You know, got some nice tools with Flip Turn, and of course, you know, hard hitting things like Knockoff and Razor Shell and all that. Knockoff support is very, very nice for King Gambit as well, just being able to get rid of Rocky Helmets, but really we're just going to be spamming Ceaseless Edge to get those spikes up to make my cleaning with Pult and Gambit way easier. So I thought Samurai fit nicely, helping out Pult with that dark weakness as well, taking off some of the pressure of Gambit to stay a dark type. So Samurai I thought fit pretty well with this team so far. Next up we got Thundurus T. So honestly, I'm not quite sure if this is the order of if I drafted these mons or not. I don't think it is, but it doesn't really matter regardless. Thundurus T, right? I really wanted to get a mon that would be a pretty good Scarfer, a Scarfer option, but also a good setup sweeper. Mainly due to my next mon that I have, Alolan Ninetales, but I really thought Thundurus T fit nicely just in a diversity of threat level. So far, our team is primarily physical with the exception of maybe like a special Pult, but Pult isn't really the hardest hitting special attacker, so I really wanted a strong special attacker, and that was Thundurus T right here. And I think it pairs, honestly, I want to cover this mon and the next mon together, Thundurus T and Alolan Ninetales. I think this core right here pairs really well together. The reason being is that one of the things that is difficult for Thundurus to handle sometimes is ground types, just with the absence of hidden power. And so with getting my other pick of Alolan Ninetales, now I'm offering the chance of Thundurus to use Weather Ball Ice to hit ground types like Gliscor, Landorus, all that stuff. And so I really like the combination, as well as the fact that I thought Aurora Veil paired really nicely with the threats that I had, helping Thunder set up Dual Dance, Naxpot and Agility, and also helping Gambit set up Swords Dance. I thought just paired really well with the Alolan Ninetales Aurora Veil support. And honestly, I'm just a huge fan of Alolan Ninetales. I know some people hate on it, say that it's outdated, especially from the A-Drive era where he spammed it all the time, but I love Alolan Ninetales. I think this mon is incredibly underrated. It's very, very reliable. And I think it's got even better in this gen, right? With the fact that it now has the defense boost from the hail. It makes it incredibly bulky, which I think just adds on to Ninetales' utility. And also the fact too that it got Baton Pass as well, meaning that now it can provide momentum to get in threats after the Aurora Veil. So there we're covering Thundurus and Alolan Ninetales together, but I'm really excited to use the pairing and to have these two on the squad. I think it forms a really nice offensive core that has a lot of options for setup threats, and so yeah, very excited to have these mons on the squad. Next up we got Glimmora. So really I wanted some type of hazard removal, and of course Glimmora offers Mortal Spin, which honestly may not be the best hazard removal just because Mortal Spin is easily blockable by steel types, but it's hazard removal nonetheless. And I mean, Glimmora just is going to offer even more hazard stacking and spike support in addition to Samurai, which I thought just paired very nicely with the team in general. Other than that, I mean, Glamora is offering a poison type, and really just another utility mon that I thought could pair well. It also has the options of Rock Polish and Meteor Beam as well when it comes to being a setup threat. And I mean, I've used Glamora before. If you've seen the UDL run, you saw me use Glamora, and I think it's a pretty decent mon that, you know, gets the job done. So excited to use it. Next we have Mesprit. So Mesprit I really liked because I wanted a good ground check, other than Thunderous, of course, because Thunderous is not really the most reliable ground switching. And so Mesprit I thought was really going to offer what I needed. Mesprit as well, giving me a solid additional rocker, I thought was nice, so Gambit will never have to click rocks. And then I really wanted Mesprit solely for the healing wish support. I felt that with my team, right, with these mons that are very good setup threats but lack their own recovery, like Gambit, Pult, Thunderous, having a healing wish support mon would be really, really nice. As well as the fact that, I mean, Mesprit has some even better, like, you know, utility nowadays. The fact that it got Pain Split in addition, as well as this move Psychic Noise, and then also it retaining knockoff and everything like that, I just thought fit really nicely and gave me a good defensive pivot with this offensive team. So really liked Mesprit there. Next up, we're going to cover Quagsire. Now, this Quagsire pick, I'm honestly not too much of a fan of. I cannot lie, I'm not too much of a fan of it. I think Quagsire is okay. It's definitely not as bad as it was with its, you know, new additions of spikes, but at the same time I just felt like Quag didn't really fit my team well when it comes to the offensiveness of it. It's a little bit of a more passive mon that I guess can be turned into not being fodder by running a hazard setting set with Toxic, but I mean, it does offer an unaware user, so it's not the worst. Honestly, Quag was really just gotten so that I would have some type of ground type. So it's not really something that I really plan on using too much. And yeah, just to give a little bit more insight too, I did end up making a couple of transactions. Those won't go into effect though until week 2. So this is going to be our initial team that we're rocking with for week 1, which is why I'm covering it. But when it comes to our transactions, I will be making I guess like a little update in the beginning of our week 2 video of you know, our current new team, our new roster. That way you all are familiar with the updated squad, because really this is really just the week 1 team. But anyways, we got Quag, that was our ground type, and really I think at this point we had about like 1 point left, so I just scooped up Ice Cube. I thought it kind of fit a little bit nicely with Ninetales and the snow support, you know, with its ability Ice Face. But really, I mean, Ice Cube, it can be very much a cheese mon with, you know, things like Belly Drum, and also just being a mon that can take any physical hit in the world essentially, when it comes to Ice Face, and, you know, taking that hit and then clicking Hail to bounce back and and return back to his Ice Face. I've seen Ice Cube wall things like Mega Metacham as a threat. Like it's insane. So I thought as a 1-pointer, Ice Cube would fit pretty nicely on the squad. So that's going to be the team. Honestly, I really don't have that many mons on the squad in general. But yeah, like I said, our team did go through a little bit of changing through transactions that I will cover at the beginning of week 2. But regardless, this is going to be our squad that we initially drafted for this league, and I'm excited to create some content for this. You know, it's been a while since I've, you know, made some videos for the channel, and it's also going to be a new experience for me of covering a league that's currently going on and uploading weekly. I believe our week 1 video should be coming out sometime next week. I believe next Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, we're going to be covering videos weekly of you know, our different matches. So I'm undecided if I'm going to do live comm at some point. I probably will try it. I know next video, the week 1 video, is going to be post comm, but I'm going to try and see if I can throw in some live comms in there. So just stay tuned. But thank you all for joining me for this draft league analysis video for the Greatest Showdown. I hope you all enjoy the content, and yeah, hopefully we can get another championship under our belt. Thank you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, okay?